Hey, what's going on, everybody? Baker here, once again, back in action. And thank you for joining me on today's Baker Talks 28 podcast. And in today's podcast, I'd like to share with you some really exciting wisdom and knowledge. And in this wisdom and knowledge that I'm going to impart or share upon you and impress upon you, this knowledge applied can actually literally change your life forever in a very positive direction, regardless of whatever you believe about, your life as it stands today and what you believe about the future. The future is going to look extremely bright and positive for you if you decide to go ahead and apply some of this very basic and simple wisdom that I'm about to share with you about spirituality and life in general. So let's dive right into the content. Every single thing that you ever think about in your reality has come from a certain place. Whether it's your conditioning, your programming, your culture, your religion, if you have a religion or you don't have religion, your parents, your childhood friends, childhood teachers, all of that, your nationality, all of that plays a role into the thoughts that you are thinking today. And those thoughts that you think today are coming from nothing other than your beliefs. Your beliefs about how reality works. Your beliefs about how things are supposed to be, or the things in your life that are meant to be or not meant to be. Because those beliefs were formed when you were very young. And because, you didn't know any better, you just accepted certain beliefs as reality. So I hope that this is making sense. How much culture, how much your parents, your relatives, your friends, your teachers, all of that, was a huge influence on what you believe today to be true about reality. And that goes into what you believe about life itself and the thoughts that you think on a regular basis, that you think on default, right? So we're going through this reality on default, most of us, because we are programmed and conditioned to believe in a certain way about how reality should be. And that's the reason why you'll see one person standing next to another person seeing the exact same thing on the physical plane, but they perceive what they're seeing on the physical plane completely differently. It's because of their beliefs. These beliefs are something that are rooted deep, my friend, inside of your subconscious, right? And if you are experiencing right now a reality that you prefer, it's because you have beliefs that are helpful to you, to help you navigate in this realm in a way that benefits you yourself, to perceive your reality as beneficial and helpful for you, if this makes sense. So in order to really create the life that you really prefer and want and desire in the future, you really have to make sure that your beliefs are lined up with a future reality that you are envisioning to be something that makes you happy, brings love, light, joy, prosperity, abundance into your life, deeper, meaningful connections, coming from a place of happiness and peace, positivity. Okay? Let's not take positivity, with a grain of salt. Positivity is a frequency, my friend. I heard somebody talk about this whole notion of, yeah, but what about this whole idea of positive, too much positivity is toxic, or toxic positivity. Like, I don't believe in that, right? For me personally, I don't believe there's toxic positivity, because the same person that said that there's toxic positivity, I looked at their life and what they're complaining about, I think like 3 to 4 years later, right? The same person said they're miserable. Do you understand? Like, there's no such thing as toxic positivity. We live in a reality of frequency, right? We are all frequency. This realm is frequency. So whatever you're vibrating within yourself, right, is what you're going to manifest in your physical realm. So the person that claimed to know all these things about life and just be like, no, you can't be too positive in life, because life is just not like that. Like, let's be mature about life, and let's come from a mature, right, a standpoint about life, right? Okay, let's become mature adults and live from a mature life that is negative. But if I look at their life 4 years later, they're still like not happy. Like, it's like life is still not working in their favor. Why? Because of that belief that I was talking about earlier. I was talking about the belief. That's something that they accepted as reality. Therefore, their reality 4 to 5 years later is still the same. And my reality, and I'm not using comparison from a competitive standpoint. Like, a lot of people think like, oh, well, you think you're better than everybody because your life is so much more greater. It's not that. I'm just trying to prove the point that it's a belief system, right? It's what I chose to believe about life. Therefore, that frequency of what I believed created my life to be quite remarkable. I mean, it's my life is really amazing. And I'm not saying this to, impress you. I'm just saying this to impress upon you the idea that we are all just frequency, and whatever it is we're thinking about, we're bringing about. Whatever you're thinking about, you're bringing about, right? So this whole idea of, toxic positivity, or I think if we want to delve a little bit deeper into it, let's delve a little bit deeper into what they meant by toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is like just saying, well, everything is just going to always be okay. If you always think positive, it's toxic because there's some real deep problems that people are going through that they need to really address, and you can't just like mask it over with positivity. You can't just sweep it under the rug, so to speak, right? And just cover it up with a blanket of positivity and everything's gonna be fine. To a degree, that does make sense, because the stuff that you are covering up is, again, it's the subconscious, right? It's the beliefs deeply rooted within you that you still haven't healed, right? Or accepted as like something that's a limitation. So somebody that comes from that point of view is coming from, still, my point exactly, the point of view of like, you can't be, do, and have whatever it is you want to be, do, and have in this reality. So there's a limitation there because, again, of the programming from childhood. But when we become aware of our true essence, our divine nature, the God within, we know that we are limitless beings. And because we know that, toxic positivity doesn't exist. Toxic positivity doesn't exist because in our reality, we're constantly attracting positivity. So in our reality, you can create whatever it is you want. There's no limitation. But the limitation only comes, again, from the previous limitation of the generations that passed it on to you, that was passed on for many, many generations, believing that there were limitations. Don't get me wrong. I believe in this realm, of course, there are certain things that are limitation. Like, I mean, obvious things. Like if I wanted to just jump in the air and fly to the sky, in this reality, gravity brings me back down. It's just the law of gravity. So that's a limitation, right? Although there's some people who, research has shown that they can levitate in it. But let's not get into that. Those are very rare occurrences. The fact is, if I throw a ball in the air, the ball is going to come back down, right? That's the law of gravity. On a very, very simple, basic thing. Those are limitations, right? But as far as like you creating the life that you want, there's no limitation. If you want to, manifest, millions of dollars, there's no reason why you can't. There's many instances where people have done that, right? And it's just a matter of belief. If you want to manifest, the love of your life, there's no reason why you can't. I mean, it's up to you. It's like it's if you want it or not. If that's going to make you happy, then go ahead and test out. What I love, and this is what I want you to apply. I want you to apply this bit here, this very, very important part here. Test this stuff out. Go out for 30 days. For 30 days, write down on just a normal notebook pad. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Get a pen, notepad. Write out exactly what it is you want to manifest. Write it in detail and write it with a lot of feeling. Do this for 30 days straight. Once before you go to bed at night, write it out. And then right when you wake up in the morning, write out your manifestation, what you intend to manifest. It could be whatever it is you want. The love of your life, millions of dollars, whatever you want. The perfect job, the perfect business. Write it out and write out the same exact thing for 30 days. And do it twice a day. Right before you go to sleep and right when you wake up in the morning. Watch how your 30 days goes. Be very, very observant. Do whatever it is you need to do during your day. You go to work, school, whatever it is. Observe without judgment, okay, how your day goes. And you will see within those 30 days and even after those 30 days, you're going to begin to manifest the things that you've written down. Now, you might not manifest it right away, and it might not be exact, right? It might be an opportunity that shows up in your reality that leads you to another opportunity that gets you whatever it is you really wanted to manifest. So it comes like in crumbs, cookie crumbs, so to speak, until you get the actual cookie, right? It comes in like small little signs from the universe that you have to take action on. You call it inspired action. You take inspired action and eventually you get to your manifestation. It just shows up, right? So this is what I want you to apply for 30 days, this manifestation technique, and observe what happens during those 30 days. Your life, I told you at the beginning of this podcast, your life will completely change for the better. You will live in a reality that's so amazing, so profound, your mind can't even comprehend what is going on. You're going to be so happy, so excited, elated, blissful, because you are doing a technique that is implying that you are creating your reality, which you already are, but you're intentionally doing it because you're writing down. You know how powerful it is to write down things with your pen and paper and know like that whatever it is you're writing, you already manifested it. That is an extremely powerful thing, manifestation tool. It's extremely simple. You just write it down. You think and feel as you're writing it down what it is you want to manifest as though it already happened. My friend, the information that I've given to you, it's not a secret. People who are excellent, very powerful manifestors have done this throughout the ages. This is not brand new. It's just been suppressed because people don't want human beings to know that they are powerful. Why? Because if you are living in fear, lack, scarcity, worry, all the lower energies, you are easier to control. Does this make sense? Right? Am I right? You're easier to control. If you understood your true nature, that you are divine and all-powerful in creating the reality that you wish, you cannot be controlled. So this is why this information is being suppressed. This is the reason why people are taught about toxic, quote-unquote, positivity. It's not good to be positive all the time. That is bullshit. I call bullshit. It is a good thing to be positive all the time, because you are a frequency and you can create whatever it is you want in this reality. In fact, you could create a reality where toxic positivity exists, and you stop being positive and you start creating negative things. That could be the reality that you're choosing, because that's the reality that you believed in to exist. Therefore, that's what you're experiencing. Just like in the example, once again, of the person that I know, that talked about toxic positivity and like, you shouldn't be too positive. Yeah, but look at their life 4 years later after they made that statement. I'm not. Excuse me. I'm getting excited. I'm getting passionate, you guys. It's a wonderful day, by the way. I'm having a beautiful day. This is an amazing day. This is one of the most amazing days, actually. It's just such a... I look out and I look at my life and I go, wow. Sometimes I pinch myself and I go, you know what, honestly, and I'm a grounded, very grounded, practical person. But some days I just pinch myself and I go, am I dreaming? This reality that I created is amazing. I gotta pinch myself. That's what keeps me grounded. I gotta see, am I dreaming? This reality is so amazing. It's so beautiful. It's abundant. It's prosperous. It's peaceful. It's happy. It's exciting. It's passionate. Everything that you could ever dream of, it's here already within me. Therefore, my reality reflects that every single day of my life. So I'm excited. I'm happy. And I don't care what people think about that, because even they are a creation of my own reality. So I don't really care if people think that I'm being boastful or, being cocky or... It doesn't matter, because in their reality, that's what I represent to them. But in my reality, what I'm feeling is I'm happy. And I wish them the best. I wish them peace, love, and light. Why? Because I know it. Whatever I give out, I'm going to get back. So if people are hating on me, okay, hate on it. But I don't care. I'm going to send you peace, love, and light. Because I'm going to get even more peace, love, and light. You see how this energy thing works? I'm constantly upping my game vibrationally, because I know how powerful our thoughts are and how powerful the written, like what we write down, like I was talking about what you can apply in your journal, how powerful that is, right? In creating the reality that we like. So it's absolutely amazing. I am extremely grateful, extremely blessed. I'm extremely fortunate to be, sharing these experiences with you on this podcast, because I think deep down, a life that you really want to experience is already within you. You just need to tap into it, be aware of it, tap into it, and live it. That's all it is. Toxic positivity is nonsense. It's complete bullshit. It's not grounded in reality. And I'm a very practical, reality-based person that just happens to have a great mind to visualize things that people would consider big, but for me, I just feel are just normal, everyday things that make me happy. So, again, your reality is going to be your reality. My reality is going to be my reality. The information I give you here, this wisdom, you can take it or leave it. Sometimes what I say is very black and white, because I think this is the way I communicate and express myself. It's like, you're either living a good life or you're not. That's the black and white of it. And whether you're living a good life or not is based on the thoughts that you're continually to think, thinking on a regular basis. And it's further than that, deeper than that, it's the beliefs that you either reprogrammed to make better for your life, or you let that program continue to manifest in your life, right? You could choose to reprogram, the subconscious, or you can continue on with whatever it is you were taught and led to believe, ever since from 1 to 7 years old, when your mind is the most open to suggestion, and that's when your mind was programmed by the environment around you to believe certain things were true and certain things were not true. Certain things were bad, certain things were good. So once again, you guys, I really hope you got a lot of value from this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Once again, my name is Baker. This is Baker Talks 28 podcast, and I'll see you guys again on the next podcast. Bye for now.